The slump phase. It has seen me one too many times, but as someone who has been through it so many times, I have learned so many things to help me come back even stronger at the end of it. And throughout every single slump phase I've been through in my life, which trust me, there have been many, I've learned a thing or two about speeding up the process so that you can re-enter your comeback era even faster. And I'm going to be breaking it all down in today's video. I've done so many watch this when videos. It's a series on my channel. If you've never seen any one of these videos before, you can check it out here. These videos are all about you just quickly putting it on. It's a quick video to just give you some hope, some motivation to uplift you out of whatever negative emotion or feeling or phase you might be experiencing right now. And today's is all about when you're in your slump phase and you don't quite have the motivation or the hope or the discipline to get back on your feet. But trust me, you are gonna have that motivation once you're finished. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys 7 tips and reassuring facts that will give you the energy resurgence that you've been looking for. But right before we jump into it, I want to give a big thank you to Squarespace, who have sponsored today's video. If you don't know what Squarespace is, it's an all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online regardless of your business experience. You could just be starting out, you could be building a growing business empire, be on your 7th business even. Regardless of your situation, Squarespace has an abundance of different tools that are going to help you for your personal business goals. Squarespace as a platform is so important, not only because it helps aspiring entrepreneurs get on their feet and actually bring their vision to life and inspire people to actually take action, because procrastination is never an excuse when you literally have all of the tools and advice laid out for you with Squarespace. But I know when it comes to entrepreneurship, a lot of people have the idea and they have the passion, but the main worry is, what if nobody buys or what if nobody discovers me? But Squarespace is already taking care of that problem for you with their designated SEO tools. Because every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more, so you show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. And then when it comes to designing the bulk of the website and really getting your product out there, this is also made easier than ever with Squarespace's cutting-edge design tools like Blueprint AI, which is Squarespace's AI-enhanced website builder to get a fully custom website in just a few steps. All you have to do is input some basic information about your industry, your goals, and brand personality to generate premium content and personalized design recommendations. Squarespace also offers a complete library of professionally designed and award-winning website templates with options for every use and category. There truly is no experience required for this, because every single website with Squarespace is flexible to what you need. Even if you love social media and you're creating content online like me, you can turn that into a business. No inventory, no shipping, no physical product required. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to monetize your content online by selling access to online courses, blogs, videos, and memberships. You just start a fully customizable website and earn recurring revenue by gating your content behind a paywall. All you have to do is just set the price and choose whether you want to charge a one-time fee or a subscription. So if you'd like to start, then check out squarespace.com to start your free trial, and whenever you're ready to launch, come back to this video and use my unique URL, which is squarespace.com/tamkaur, and that is going to get you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, here we go. 7 facts for whenever you're in a slump. Fact number 1, you do realize all of this is just your emotions. Not facts, not reality, not your identity, literally just emotions. You cannot build an identity and a lifestyle just from a passing mood. Remember that you are not your emotions, you are simply the one witnessing them. You are temporarily experiencing them. It does not define you, it does not define your capabilities, it does not define what your life needs to look like right now. So no, you're not in a slump because you're lazy, or you're not smart, or you're not capable, or you're not motivated. You're literally feeling low. Maybe you're tired, you're exhausted. Maybe you're stressed, maybe you're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. All very normal. It is part of a regular, normal human life to experience the full range of human emotions. That includes negative ones too. I learned this the hard way, but sometimes being in a prolonged slump state is because you're in a committed relationship with your emotions, instead of choosing which ones align, which ones don't, and which ones you want to pay attention to set the tone for your entire day. Remember that the longer that you fixate on an emotion, how bad, negative, unproductive it may be, and that it needs to be fixed, the more that you're spiraling into experiencing and living through that emotion, because you're so stressed about it, because you're focusing on it so much, because you're convincing yourself that it just needs to leave already. It is not your responsibility to be in the exact same state every single day, to be feeling happy emotions all the time. Nobody else is putting that pressure on themselves. You shouldn't either. You are finally going to be able to feel your true power when you stop over-identifying with every single emotion that you feel. So instead of saying, I am anxious, you can just turn that to, I'm feeling some anxiety right now. That's what's passing through my body. Because that's when you truly remind yourself, this isn't me. This isn't definitive of what I'm able to do. This is just a temporary moment in time where my emotions are heightened and that I have different needs to what I'm normally doing. This is my time to rest. This is my time to be more gentle with myself. It's not about who you are and what you can do. It's about what your energy needs. Simple as, nothing more. And that leads us to 2. Guess what? You're just in a phase. Slumps feel permanent when you've been absorbing so much of that stress and emotion that you tend to forget this is literally just a temporary phase in my life. It's when you start to assign meaning to something that is so normal and so temporary that is literally just a passing moment in your life that has been designed to tell you you need to change something, or you need to slow down, or you need this time to rest, recharge, and think of new ideas. I think slumps are so beneficial because I have truly only then used that time to question, is my routine still serving me? Is there something in my life that's affecting my mental health that I haven't even noticed? It's my best time to take a step back and reevaluate instead of constantly doing and never actually analyzing, is this working? But if you don't do that and you use a slump to tell yourself that you're lazy, you're not that girl, you're not who you thought you could be, you could never achieve your goals, you're making this temporary phase all about who you are when really it's just where you are. But the truth is, you're not this slump, you're the one learning from it. You're the one using it to your advantage. You're the one realizing that this is necessary for where you're at right now and what you want, and it's all still serving you with divine timing. Being in this slump, being in this dip doesn't make you less powerful, it makes you more observant, more self-aware. So please, let's cut out writing permanent meanings from temporary emotions, because it doesn't make any sense. Your higher self, with the highest level of self-love, would not be using their lowest days, their temporary sad moments, and using that to define who they are. And the best part of it is, once one phase ends, another one starts. And you get to decide how you spend the slump that will then define what the next phase is going to be. Are you going to start new rituals? Are you going to decide to set up a new action that you don't normally do in the morning that's then going to define the next phase you move on to? Not one that's worse, not one that's filled with even more stress and demotivation, but one that's filled with thoughts, emotions, a mindset, and a lifestyle that you could have never imagined before, all because you use that time to be self-aware and make decisions your normal, busy, productive self wouldn't have had the chance to do. And that leads us to 3. Stop identifying with the place that you don't want to be in. It's a huge manifestation no-no. Simply put, all you need to know is what you believe is what you will experience. So when you say, I'm in a slump, while that may be physically and logically true, it is destroying everything in the manifestation world for you. You are identifying with, again, a temporary phase and longing it out to make that an extended reality for yourself. The only way to get out of it is to start identifying with the version of you who is already out of it, and it might feel weird because it's not your current 3D physical reality, but it's the only way. The longer every single day that you think, I'm still in a slump, how do I get out of this? I'm not feeling it, the longer you're gonna stay there. If you want to get out of it, it's time to start believing that the actual desire that you want is already true, which is you are motivated, productive, happy, and thriving in every single area of your life. Every single time you think you're just expressing your feelings by saying how stressed, sad, and slumpy you are, you're actually just reinforcing that same stagnancy throughout your life. Real transformation starts before you see your real physical reality change. So instead of saying, I'm in my slump era, or I'm in my flop era, you're gonna say, I'm in my comeback era, I'm in my glow up era. I can't wait to see what the next chapter of my life holds. I can't wait to see what the next version of me looks like and lives like. Keep saying it and believing it so it's the only reality and truth that your subconscious has left to accept. Fact 4, you are just one decision away from a completely different life, which means only one moment away from turning around your entire day. I learned this before because every single time I was in a slump, obviously I never wanted to work out and I never wanted to go to the gym, but the very few times back then that I used to force myself to go, it fixed me. Every single time. I cannot deny that this has 100% success rate. Why? All because I chose to take action on a decision that I knew was going to benefit me regardless of how I was feeling in the moment. Don't be dependent on your mood, especially when you're in a slump state, because you just can't trust it. Your mood, your emotional state, it thrives in comfort and familiarity. So if you really want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to be experiencing a different reality from what you're in right now, why would you choose what's comfortable and familiar? Your dream self did not get to where she is today by using that, so neither should you. Harsh truth is, you don't need to feel like it. You just need to act like your future self would, and ask yourself that every single day. Think about it. Action is gonna break the loop that you're in right now faster than overthinking and emotion ever will. Your dream life didn't happen based on you waking up every single day and taking action based on just how you felt that day. That's exactly how you stay in the same old cycles and have the slowest pace in achieving everything you've ever wanted. The best version of you will always be on the other side of a new decision or a difficult decision. So please stop taking advice from the comfortable mood that built your old self, not your next one. And that leads us onto fact number 5. Your future self already knows how to get out of this. So just pause, and instead of spiraling as the current version of you who's watching this video right now, instead ask, what would the future version of me do? What would the version of me who ticked everything off her goal list, who completed every single vision board, who was living a life so unimaginably big, abundant, successful that I don't even know what she's aiming for next because she's literally got everything, what would she do? That version of you, she's available for a Q&A any single time you want. Why? She's literally you, just on a different timeline. Because you and I both know she wouldn't overthink, she wouldn't let her mood dictate her actions, she wouldn't pick what's familiar and comfortable and what got her into the slump in the first place, she wouldn't shame herself, she wouldn't use this as an opportunity to define herself or sink herself into doubt or shame or sadness, and she wouldn't let a couple low energy days dictate and sabotage her entire vision for her life. You need to understand that there are infinite versions of your life all running parallel to each other. And the only difference between each of those lifetimes is choice. You get to tap into any single one you want just based on the decision that you are gonna make right now. Literally, all of the power is in your hands. Because there is one timeline where you stay stuck in this slump, where you click off this video, you still don't feel motivated because I can't dictate your emotions. I can't make you get up right now, only you can. So there's a timeline where you stay like this for another month, let's say. There's another timeline where you pause the video right now, you get up and you go to the gym. There's another timeline where you just keep waiting until you feel ready. And just with that, you're already behind. The version of you who has every single thing you want that did not start with motivation, that started with decision and action. Remember, you can only quantum leap through energy, through mindset, 2 things that you can control and change in this very moment. Literally, how exciting is that? It's never been easier. So now ask yourself, which timeline are you serving right now? The one that got you here or the one that's going to get you to the next phase? Fact 6. This is my personal favorite. You are not out of alignment. You are simply resisting the next version of you. This stuck, slumpy feeling that you're in right now is simply friction between the current version of yourself and the next version of yourself. It's your mind, it's your heart, it's your emotions clinging onto comfort and familiarity in every single thing that you've ever been and felt and experienced, trying to prevent the new version of you who's already breaking through but feels so scary and new and unfamiliar that you just feel stuck. Because you're confused, because you've never been here before, because you've never lived like this before, because you simply don't know what's next. And that is very scary and very triggering to your nervous system. You feel stuck because all you know is how things used to look, how they used to feel. So it gets harder and harder to be present and to be knowledgeable about the new life that you're already stepping into, that you've been doing the work to finally get into. This slump and this stuck feeling ends the second that you stop thinking about the past, clinging to it, wanting familiarity or ease, okay? The next version of yourself, there's gonna be doubt at the beginning. There's gonna be uncertainty, there's gonna be stress, there's gonna be unpredictability, and with that comes fear and anxiety. That is all natural. But what matters is, you're there. You finally shed the old version of yourself, the one that you got the most out of. You took advantage of everything you were given, and now you're stepping into a new version of yourself and a new lifetime. Remember, growth never feels familiar. You can be successful in doing all of the right things and still be unsure if you're actually doing what it takes, because everything else that you used to associate with success and productivity aren't going to be the same things that are going to get you to the next level. They could only get you so far. They already got you here. So if you want something different, you have to do different. And that's not always going to feel familiar to you, because the entire purpose of this is to get rid of that feeling of familiarity and comfort. So let's stop worshipping the past version of ourselves and make space for the new one, regardless of how confusing it might feel. And lastly, fact number 7, You survived every single thing you thought would break you. So how dare you think that this one little slump is enough of a big deal to stop you? This is a drop in the ocean compared to what you have defeated so far, girl. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for. The version of you who is sat there watching this video right now is already proof that you are resilient, you are strong, you are smart, you are knowledgeable, you are capable, adaptable, and protected. You've outgrown every single one of your previous struggles. And again, if you've had a lot of past adversities, because that feels familiar, now your mind is looking for new problems to cling onto. Some new drama, some new identity crisis, some new problem within yourself that you need to fix in order to earn the next version of yourself. So it's making this one little normal slump that everyone goes through into the biggest problem, into the biggest sign that you're not deserving, that you're not capable, that you can't do it. But none of that is true. All of those thoughts that you're experiencing, all of that emotion is just old programming. Think about that again. It's old programming. It's not you, it's not your reality, it's not who's watching this video right now. It's your past trying to bring you back to where you were to keep you small and easy and comfortable. That's not you. And you get to step out of that again with your decision, with your choice to get up right now that the video's ending and make a different choice. I know you got this. You know you got this. It takes one new decision in this very moment to get out of this phase and onto the next one. So go there now and close the laptop screen.